What's good, Eagles fans? This is your guy, Tone DeShields II from Chalking Up Sports Philly, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Welcome to the pregame show. I appreciate you guys for being here. Now, typically, I do my pregame shows with my brother, my good friend, Philly Foothills from the Nest Out West. But me and Foothills are in two different time zones, and normally we do the normally we do the pre games around 11:30 Eastern time, which is my time in Philadelphia. But I'm not going to be available around that time. I have a busy day ahead of me, so I figured the least I can do is try to get some content out today for you guys. I woke up pretty early. I think right now it's about 7:46 a.m. In Philadelphia. I woke up at about 7. I know right now in California it's 4:46 a.m. Going on 5 a.m. So the last thing I wanted to do was have my man Foothills waking up at 4 a.m. just to do a live stream, and I didn't think that would be fair to him. So again, I just wanted to put some content out for you guys. I wanted to touch base with you guys and talk about this upcoming matchup with the Philadelphia Eagles because we got the New Orleans Saints, and this is arguably the biggest game of the season. I think we all can agree on that. This is most definitely the biggest game of the season, and this game can really change our fortune as it pertains to playoff contention. This can also really give us a barometer of how much this team is improving. Um, this is also a game where we need to see Jalen Hurts play his best football as well. The New Orleans Saints have one of the best defenses right now, and they also have the the best rushing defense in the NFL right now. So this is a big game for all parties involved. This is a big game for the running backs. Miles Sanders is going to be playing today. I'm expecting a 1-2 punch between him and Jordan Howard, and you sprinkle in a little Boston Scott and a little bit of Kenny Gainwell. You never know. I'm also expecting Devontae Smith to put Marshawn Lattimore on the T-shirt. Now, look, Marshawn Lattimore has been in this NFL for a few years now. Devontae Smith is the rookie, but we all seen rookies do amazing things in this NFL. So I'm expecting him to build off of last week's 2 touchdown, 66 yards performance. Not gaudy by the yard standpoint, but he was getting in the red zone and doing his thing. He put Patrick Surtain on the T-shirt. He put Kyle Fuller on the T-shirt, and I'm expecting him to put Marshawn Lattimore on the T-shirt. So let's get into some things. Let's get into the injury report. Now, lo and behold, for the Philadelphia Eagles, Davion Taylor right now is questionable with a knee injury, and we're going to have Derek Barnett out with a neck injury. And then for the New Orleans Saints, Taysom Hill is questionable, but I think he will play. Alvin Kamara, their star running back, their league leader in rushing, their league leader in uh, receiving yard receptions, their league leader, their team leader in touchdowns. He is their offense. Alvin Kamara will be out today. They're also going to be without their defensive tackle, Roach. Uh, who else? They're going to be without both starting tackles and Rams, Ramzik and Armstead. They're also going to be without defensive end. Uh, Kappa, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Sorry, y'all. TK, and they're also going to be without wide receiver Montgomery. So this game is setting up for the Eagles to necessarily really take advantage of the New Orleans Saints deficiencies. We have to send different blitz packages at them. We have to attack those backup left tackles and right tackles. We have to. I don't think this is a game the defense should be able to fumble. Their starting quarterback is Trevor Simeon. Let's be real. Trevor Simeon is not somebody that you're really afraid of. Trevor Simeon is not somebody that you can actually put the keys to your franchise in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm expecting the Philadelphia Eagles to go at Trevor Simeon with everything they have. I think it's going to be really important for Jonathan Gannon to really be creative and really disguise some things and really play mind games, play tricks on Trevor Simeon's eyes. Uh, but yeah, that's the injury report. Now, like I mentioned prior, the New Orleans Saints. have the top rushing defense. Right now, they're only allowing teams to rush for about 72 yards a game. That's about 3 yards per carry. And they've only given up six rushing touchdowns on the entire season. So their calling card right now is their rushing defense. And that's something that we've been able to take advantage of, in particular when it comes to the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos had a top five, top six rushing defense at the time we played them, and we ended up housing them. We put up over 200 rushing yards on them. So most of the I think it's going to be interesting to see how the Eagles attack that rushing defense. In my humble opinion, I would keep it nice and simple. I would just run the ball down their throat and force them to stop me, smash my football. That's the way we've been winning games as of late. You know, right now we won two of the last three games off of playing smash my football, and by doing that, you allow for Jalen Hurts to really get acclimated within the game. You allow him to get in rhythm. You allow him to take advantage of the play action and really take some chances downfield. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Nick Sirianni draws up the game plan. Like I said, run the ball. Don't be afraid of it. You know, this is our identity right now. And I think about 3 games deep so far. Again, this is it. The NFL is about trends. The NFL is about those 3 to 4 week spans of what you were doing. And so far, the Philadelphia Eagles have been showing that they are a run first team. You think about what Jalen Hurts brings to the table by him being a dual threat quarterback that also supplements the running game, and it forces let's keep this in mind. It forces the linebackers to take an extra second. It forces them to make an extra. It forces them to think twice about whether or not they're either going to rush the passer or they're going to try to worry about that running game. And when you got guys like Miles Sanders, you got guys like Jordan Howard, Boston Scott, Kenny Gainwell back there, which is a beautiful combination of running backs, in my opinion. That allows you to really take advantage of different styles of defense, and because all our running backs do different things very well, and I think it's important for us to keep Jordan Howard within high volume of carries. Jordan Howard punishes defenses. He wears them down, and the more we run the ball, about time third quarter, fourth quarter comes around, that New Orleans Saints defense is going to be worn out, and we're going to be able to catch them slipping. And when you're tired, when you're worn out, you make mental mistakes, mental errors, and this is what we have to account for. This game is very, very winnable for the Philadelphia Eagles. Like I said, if we win this game, that will bring us to 5-6, a game away from being 500, and that will put us in the hunt for a playoff spot. I think right now the New Orleans Saints are like a 7th seed. I want to double check that right now. I want to check that because it's really it's one of those things that we have to. Let me double check this real quick. All right, so right now the New Orleans Saints have the 6th seed. The Carolina Panthers have the 7th seed. The Los Angeles Rams have the 5th seed. The Buccaneers have the 4th seed. Cowboys have the 3rd seed. Cardinals have the 2nd seed, and the Packers have the 1st seed. So right now, our fortunes lie in the 6th and the 7th seed. We're 4-6 at the 10th seed. 49ers are 4-5 at the 9th seed. Vikings are 4-5 at the 8th seed. So if we win this game, that puts us at 5-6. If we can get if the Vikings lose this week, if the 49ers lose this week, that's going to really change some things for us. I expect the Green Bay Packers to beat the Minnesota Vikings, and who knows, maybe the Jaguars can upset the 49ers. The Jaguars are starting to establish their identity as well. But here's the thing: if we beat the New Orleans Saints, we'll have the tiebreaker over them. We've already beat the Carolina Panthers, so we already have the tiebreaker over them as well. I actually expect the Washington football team to beat the Carolina Panthers. Now, granted, the Carolina Panthers, they have revitalized themselves by bringing in Cam Newton. That team plays for him, and it's no question how they responded to Cam's return. But this playoff race is so interesting on all sides of the ball. It's tight all the way around. Every team, for the most part, outside of the Detroit Lions, the Houston Texans, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Jets, every team pretty much has a legit shot to get a playoff spot. This is arguably maybe the most competitive season that we've had in a long time in the NFL. It seems like everybody can get got. Last week you saw the Washington football team beat the Buccaneers. Earlier this season you saw the Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Bills. You know, uh, it's just been really interesting to see how things have been turning out this season. This has been one of the more entertaining football seasons that I've ever had the pleasure of experiencing. Shout out to my man Ashan 101 for coming in on an early live stream. Super appreciate you, my guy, for waking up early with me. He says they also got Gilmore too, the Panthers. Yeah, you're right, man. You're right. They got Gilmore. They got some names on there now. So we have to we have to give credence to that. They got some heavy hitters over there. Stephon Gilmore is legit. You know, but who knows, right? Maybe the Carolina Panthers knock off. Maybe the Carolina Panthers exposed the fact that the Washington football team just caught a Buccaneers team slipping. You know, I know a lot of people are worried about the Buccaneers, but I'm really not worried about the Buccaneers. I think the Buccaneers will get it together. So let me show you guys right now the way things are shaping up, because I can show you better than I can tell you. So here we are. This is the playoff picture right now. So far, no one's clinched a playoff spot because we're at that midway part of the season still. So as you guys can see, the Titans and the Packers hold that number one seed in their respective conferences. The Bills and the Cardinals hold that second seed. Ravens and the Cowboys hold the third seeds. But here's an interesting game. I do expect the Titans to beat the Texans, but this is going to be a really interesting game. This Bills Colts game. I wouldn't put it past the Colts to actually beat the Bills. We're going to really find out how much the Colts have improved. I still feel like Carson Wentz is still trying to prove himself in Indianapolis to show that he's the guy. He has had good games, but still, that team is still 5-5, and they still have a lot of growing to do. And then the Ravens lost to the Miami Dolphins last week, and who's to say the Bears can't catch them slipping as well? This is another huge matchup. Also, Cowboys versus Chiefs. If the Cowboys beat the Chiefs, man, this is going to tell a lot about where they are. A lot of people say if the Cowboys beat the Chiefs, that makes them the hottest team in the NFL. That makes them the best team in the NFL right now. So I don't know. I'm. It's kind of hard for me to even really say that right now when you got teams like Green Bay. The Cowboys are arguably the most talented team in the NFC outside of the Buccaneers, but that Packers defense has been legit all season. And then and then you have the Los Angeles Rams. They're a very interesting team as well. They have a bye, and they have lost some games that I felt like they should have won. The Steelers, they play the Chargers today. There's a fair chance that they can lose this game. I think the Chargers are a better team, But this bubble, man, Philadelphia, we are in the hunt. We are on the bubble. We are just outside looking in. And if we can run the table, if we can continue to take advantage of all of our opportunities, we have a chance to go on a legit run. Who's to say this team can't go 10-7 on the season? Why not? Why can't we beat? Why can't the Philadelphia Eagles run the table on the Giants? Run the table on the Jets? Run the table on the Washington football team? You know what I'm saying? Like this is going to be interesting. This is really going to tell a lot about where this team is, and just based on what we've seen thus far, you can clearly see that Jalen Hurts is trending in the right direction. You can clearly see that this offensive line is trending in the right direction. You can see that the running backs is trending in the right direction. You can see Nick Sirianni trending in the right direction. The defense really is the only thing that's holding us back. The defense has inconsistencies, and that's where Jonathan Gannon has to find creativity in his play calling on defense. He has to have his defense playing aggressive no matter who we're playing. He has to have his guys playing closer to the line of scrimmage. We can't keep giving these talented wide receivers cushion. Now, the New Orleans Saints, when it comes to their guys, their leading receiver right now is Deontay Harris. He has 24 receptions, 407 yards. He's averaging 17 yards per catch and has 2 touchdowns. Longest catch of the season was 72 yards, and he's accumulated 4 big plays for those guys. He leads their team in big plays. So that's basically 20 plus yards or more. And he has about 141 yards after the catch. So this is going to be really interesting. We have to find a way to limit their more talented guys. Deontay Harris has been the guy who stood out amongst their wide receivers this season. Now here's this. Deontay Harris leads their team in first down conversions. So be mindful. They're going to look to him in third down situations. Alvin Kamara won't be there. He's third on their team in first down conversions with 15, and then Marquez Callaway, the wide receiver, who's also second in yardage with 346 yards. He's ranked second on their team in first down conversions with 17. So they're they're going to be missing a third of their ability to convert third downs. There's a huge drop off after Alvin Kamara. Like I said, Deontay Harris leads the team with 19 first down conversions. Marquez Callaway with 17 first down conversions. And Alvin Kamara with 15 first downs. Then there's a huge drop off. It goes down to Adam Troutman, the tight end, with 8, Tre'Quan Smith with 7, and so on and so forth. So here's the thing. If we can lock up Deontay Harris and Marquez Callaway, and Alvin Kamara is already not there, this team will struggle on third down situations, and they won't be able to convert first downs. Hear me out on this, you guys. The New Orleans Saints, right? Their third down efficiency is at 37% this season. Now, granted, they're only allowing their opponents to convert third downs at a 36% rate, but they haven't come up against us this year. And last year, we took care of business at home, and I'm expecting us to do the same thing this year. But the New Orleans Saints right now are ranked, well, not ranked, but they have a 37% conversion rate on third down. That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. If we can force this team into third and long situations, and if we can try to force Trevor Siemian to beat us, then at this point, we can win this game. This game, I'll be honest with you guys, I understand that their defense is stout, but I'm expecting our offense to continue to do what they've been doing. I'm really concerned about the defense. I want the defense to really, really clamp down on Deontay Harris, Marquez Callaway. I'm expecting the defense to send the house at Trevor Siemian to overwhelm him. Now, look, if you give Trevor Siemian time, anybody can make the throw, right? If you give any quarterback time, someone's going to get open eventually. So it's going to be important for the defensive line to get home. The defensive line has to wreak havoc. The linebackers have to be effective. They have to play downhill. We need Jonathan Gannon to mix it up. Send different blitz packages. Bring a safety down in the box. You know what I'm saying? Send an extra guy so a free man's coming. Make Trevor Siemian make a business decision. If we can, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The Saints are missing their starting left tackle and their starting right tackle. I'm expecting at minimum 3 sacks, and I feel like I'm still being modest. If we can get 3 or 4 sacks on Trevor Siemian, if we can put hands and feet on Trevor Siemian, then this man is going to be struggling all damn day. He's going to start making business decisions. He's going to start short arming throws. He's going to start overthrowing guys. He's going to start playing without anticipation. I'm telling you, we have a legit chance to win this game. Shout out to my man Ishmael Rodriguez for coming in on the early morning live stream. Appreciate you, my guy. Fly Eagles Fly. You already know. Like I said to you guys earlier, I normally do these live streams, these pre-games with my guy Philly Hills from the Nest Out West. But I had to get up early, and I have a lot going on throughout the day around the time that we normally do our live streams. And the last thing I wanted to do was have that man up at 4 a.m. Because he's on California time and I'm on East Coast time, Philadelphia time. There's about a 3 hour difference. So right now it's about 5 a.m. in California. So again, the last thing I wanted to do was have that guy up at 4 a.m., 4:30 a.m., 5 a.m. Just making him uncomfortable. I don't think that would be fair to him. So Phil Hills, if you're seeing this live stream, my brother, I love you. We're going to connect. You already know how we get down, my guy. I just wanted to respect your time and respect the fact that you have a family as well. So I didn't want to have you up at 4 a.m. Doing content. I personally didn't think that would be right. But yeah, I just figured I'd give you guys some early morning pep talk, some early morning football talk, because I expect the Philadelphia Eagles to win this game. This is the biggest game of the season. This game will show us exactly where this team's mentality is. It's really that simple for me, Now, where do we see this Philadelphia Eagles team going? How far can they go, right? How much noise can they make? Is Nick Sirianni for real? Is Jalen Hurts for real? I personally think Jalen Hurts is trending in the right direction. He is for real. He's getting sharper and sharper every game. His sharpest game of the season arguably was the Denver Broncos game. Now I know a lot of people will say his sharpest game technically was the Atlanta Falcons game, but that was week 1. And week 1, you can't really judge a team based on week 1. You have to judge them based off of the trends. And these past 3 games, he's been extremely sharp. He's been doing exactly what Nick Sirianni needs him to do. He's been doing exactly what the offense needs him to do. And I feel like he's graduated to being a great game manager, and he's only trending in the right direction to being a legit starter in this NFL. I feel like if Jalen Hurts is able to go on a run with this Eagles team currently as it's built, I feel like he's bought himself enough time to be the starting quarterback for next season. And then if he continues to build on this season, like I said, if this Eagles team makes the playoffs, Jalen Hurts might have made a claim for himself for the starting quarterback position for the future. That's honestly what I believe. If Jalen Hurts finds a way to win out the rest of these games, if he finds a way to get this Eagles team in the playoffs, my God, Jalen Hurts, and granted, it's the Jets, it's the Giants, Washington football team. Potentially, the Cowboys may sit their starters. They may play their starters. I know they're trying to get their number 1 seed. If the Cowboys don't get their number 1 seed, then they're not going to go far at all in this playoffs. But Jalen Hurts, if he finds a way to get this team in the playoffs, a wild card spot, and then let's just say they happen to surprise a team, they knock somebody off. Wow. Like, talk about wow. And that, in my opinion, that's going to show me that he's able to lead this team, and this team is only going to get better. We have so much draft stock, so much draft capital. Guys are improving. We extended Dallas Goddard. He got a I believe a 4-year, 5-year extension. What else? Yeah, so we're trending in the right direction. Avonte Maddox got his extension. Dallas Goddard got a 4-year extension. Josh Sweat got his extension. Jordan Mailata got his extension. We're starting to lock up guys, and we're starting to show that 2018 draft class came together. We drafted Dallas Goddard. We drafted Avonte Maddox in the 4th round. Dallas Goddard, I believe, was a 2nd-round pick. We drafted Josh Sweat in the 4th round. We drafted Pryor in the 5th round or 6th round, I believe, but we ended up trading him, and apparently the Colts are very pleased with him. And we drafted Jordan Mailata, the rugby player in the 7th round. That man had no football gene in his body, and then all of a sudden he comes in 3 years later and he's a multi-million-dollar man. We've secured our left tackle for the now and present future. He's going to be our left tackle for as long as our eyes can see. So that 2018 draft class, we have to give. Unfortunately, you guys, I know you guys don't want to do it, but we have to give Howie Roseman credit for that 2018 draft class. Let's be honest. I understand Pryor really didn't pan out for us, but Pryor is working for the Colts, and we were able to get some capital back for him. So, you know, the 2018 draft class has been extremely lucrative for this Philadelphia Eagles team. I'm expecting I'm expecting big things from Dallas Goddard. He's been activated for the game as well. He passed concussion protocol. Um, so Dallas Goddard, I'll be honest, man, the way he's getting paid, he's now getting paid as a top 3 tight end in this NFL. Now, granted, the market dictates that he was going to get that money anywhere else, but he actually was going to get more if he would have left his team in the offseason. If he would have hit free agency, he would have been able to get much more uh, on the open market. But right now he's getting paid as a top 3 tight end. I think he makes the third. I think he has third highest salary amongst tight ends. Um, George Kittle is number one. Travis Kelce is second, I believe. He's third, and now Mark Andrews is fourth. Mark Andrews was third until the Dallas Goddard contract. So Dallas Goddard, I'm expecting Pro Bowls. I'm expecting all pros from you. Right now, Dallas Goddard is second on the team in receptions. He's second on the team in receiving yards as well. Dallas Goddard has 429 yards on 29 receptions and only 2 touchdowns. So I would love to see Dallas Goddard, bring that touchdown marker a little more, a little up, a little higher. Um, on top of that, Dallas Goddard has here's the thing now. Now hear me out on this one. Dallas Goddard leads the team in yards after catch. That's not by accident, you guys. They really consider it. That's something that Zach Ertz was never able to do. And listen, I'm not comparing Zach Ertz to Dallas Goddard. I don't want this to get lost. Zach Ertz is a Philly legend. He is a Super Bowl champion in this city. Zach Ertz gave us all his best years. But one of the gripes on Zach Ertz's game wasn't the fact that he was a great route runner, because Zach Ertz was a great route runner, still is. Zach Ertz had some of the best hands on his team, was always able to get open somehow, but he necessarily couldn't really do much after the catch. He was notoriously known for catching the ball and either falling to the ground or just not really getting much after the catch at all. But Dallas Goddard right now, he leads our team in yards after the catch by a pretty decent margin as well. The person that's behind him is excuse me, you guys. I want to say Miles Sanders is right behind him in yards after the catch with 185. Then Quez Watkins with 174, Kenny Gainwell 152, and Devontae Smith with 138. So, I'm expecting big things from Dallas Goddard. I'm expecting Dallas Goddard to really, really make a name for himself this season. We have about 7 games left, and he has over 400 yards. That's pretty good. That's pretty good in my opinion. You can make an argument that he's on pace for almost 1,000 yards receiving, maybe 900 yards. Devontae Smith, he's on pace for over 1,000 yards as well. Listen, man, we're in a good situation. We're in a good situation with our present. We're in a good situation with our future. We know we're starting to lock up guys, and we're showing that this is going to be the new Eagles team. These are going to be the new cornerstones of the franchise. Devontae Smith, Dallas Goddard, Avonte Maddox, locking up that slot position for the near future. Jordan Mailata. Hopefully Jalen Hurts can make a claim for himself as well. You think about guys like Landon Dickerson, who's actually been doing very well thus far. Um, who else? Josh Sweat, locking up that edge for the near future. You know what I'm saying? So, will we resign Miles Sanders? That's a question that I feel hasn't really been answered yet. I expect them to resign him, but I feel like it honestly depends on how he finishes this season out because he does get hurt every now and again. He does miss. He does miss at least so far throughout his career. He's missed about 3 or 4 games each season, maybe more than that. So I don't know, you guys. I want Miles Sanders to stay on this team. I want him to get re-signed. But the way this team has been looking with Jordan Howard, Boston Scott, um, you know, who's to say that they may say, you know what, we can get another running back in the draft. Let's re-sign Jordan Howard. You know what I'm saying? I think the Eagles should, if they're smart, they will bring Jordan Howard back next year. The way he's been able to take advantage of these guys, he's healthy. He's in great shape. He got his swag back. He's looking like the Jordan Howard of old. You know, I'm expecting this running game to really, really be a huge staple of this Eagles team going forward. That's how we won. That's how we won the Super Bowl. And I understand that we're not ready for a Super Bowl right now, you guys. I totally get it. That's not the way our team is built. Our defense right now is not even Super Bowl ready. But when you think about the way this, the way we won our Super Bowl before, we literally won the Super Bowl or got to the Super Bowl rather with our running game and allowing Carson Wentz to do everything in between that. Now there were plenty of games where Carson Wentz went off, yes, but the running game set the tone, and it's going to be important for the running game to set the tone in this coming game as well against the New Orleans Saints. Now the matchup between Nick Sirianni and Sean Payton and Jonathan Gannon, excuse me, you guys, that's going to be something to watch. Nick Sirianni, will he outcoach himself? My hope is Nick Sirianni doesn't get beside himself. He doesn't get starstruck. He allows the game to come to him, and don't allow Sean Payton to catch you slipping because Sean Payton has seen any and everything. He's seen everything. So it's going to be important for Nick Sirianni to to call his style of football, to allow his team to dictate pace, to dictate physicality, dictate time of possession, and dictate the scorecard. We have to maintain control of this game from beginning to end. We have to control this game from beginning to end, and we can't allow ourselves to turn the ball over. You cannot turn the ball over against the Sean Payton team. Sean Payton will take advantage of it. And if you give the New Orleans Saints a short field, they're going to be able to score. You cannot allow Trevor Siemian to only work with 50% of the field. Force Trevor Siemian to go the full 80, 90 yards of the field. Force Trevor Siemian to have to go on extended drives. That's where Trevor Siemian gets exposed. Think about this: the New Orleans Saints are trying to keep Trevor Siemian in that 7 to 8 play, in that 7 to 9 play play count for a drive. They don't want Trevor Siemian going the double digits when it comes to plays. They really don't. They would love they would love for their defense to force turnovers and allow Trevor Siemian to only have to work with half of the field. If we turn the ball over and then give Trevor Siemian only an opportunity to start at the 50-yard line, and all they gotta do is go the rest of the way 50 yards, Trevor Siemian can do that. He, Sean Payton can call some plays to get Trevor Siemian going in that respect. But if we force Trevor Siemian to go the entire length of the field, then he's going to make a mistake. We can force a mistake out of him. He's going to have plenty of 3-and-outs. And look, from the Philadelphia Eagles perspectives, 3-and-outs are fine. We just can't turn the ball over. And that's the thing. If we maintain continuity, if we're able to sustain drives, allow the running game to open things up, wear down that defensive line, that front seven for the New Orleans Saints, then we can dominate this game. We can dictate pace and time of possession. It's going to be really interesting to see how things play out. Now, the Philadelphia Eagles right now, we have a third down efficiency of 44%. And we're allowing our opponents to convert their third downs at a 40% rate. So the Eagles, we are mediocre at converting third down. 44%. I'm not sure exactly what the league average is, but nonetheless, we need to find a way to sustain drives and keep ourselves in third and short situations. And this is where Jalen Hurts is at his best. If the Eagles can stay within that third and three range, then the defense is going to have to think twice about what they do. Should they rush the passer? Should they have someone spying on Jalen Hurts? Uh, should they be mindful of the run? We've just Jalen Hurts brings such a variance of plays just because of his skill set being a dual threat quarterback. Teams are going to have fits trying to figure out what we're going to do in third and short situations. It's really that simple for me. It's really not like this. This really isn't a complicated game. Now, hear me out on this one. Last year, we got out to a hot start against New Orleans Saints, but then in that second half, they managed to figure out Jalen Hurts. But this isn't the same Jalen Hurts, in my opinion. I feel like Jalen Hurts is a much more mature player now. I feel like he's a better thrower of the football now. I feel like he's more instinctive now. I feel like he has a stronger pocket presence now, and I feel like this entire Eagles team is different. We're not the same team as last year. So I'm expecting us to really surprise Sean Payton. I'm expecting us to take advantage of the deficiencies on offense. It's really huge. I'm telling you, it's huge that they're missing out Kamara. But granted, they do have Mark Ingram, and Mark Ingram has been coming in doing a pretty decent job for those guys. We have to acknowledge that Mark Ingram, they brought him back, and he's been playing fairly well, all things considered. Uh, since they brought him back, he accumulated 14 attempts, one touchdown against the Tennessee Titans. They lost that game, but against the Atlanta Falcons, he had 9 attempts and he had 43 yards, average almost 5 yards a carry. So he's been playing pretty well for them thus far. But I expect him to be splitting carries um, with with Tony Jones Jr. You know what I'm saying? Dwayne Washington. And think about this: we have to keep our eyes open for Taysom Hill as well. You know that Sean Payton loves to put Taysom Hill in those gadget situations, especially when they get in the red zone. That's where Sean Payton is able to get his most gimmicky plays going, his most creative plays going with Taysom Hill. And I want this game to be so bad for the Saints that they bench Trevor Siemian and they bring in Taysom Hill. Because Taysom Hill clearly hasn't shown that he's able to maintain that quarterback spot. It's funny because earlier in the season, the conversation was, will it be Jameis Winston starting? Will it be Taysom Hill starting? And Jameis Winston beat him out, clear cut. Taysom Hill is not a starting quarterback. He's just not. He's a guy that you put in for gadget situations. He's a change of pace guy. He's an energy guy. So it'd be interesting to see if Sean Payton allows Trevor Siemian to finish this game out. Because I'm expecting us to punish Trevor Siemian. Like I said, we cannot allow Trevor Siemian to work with half of the field. We had to force Trevor Siemian to go the entire field, force Trevor Siemian to be a 12, 13, 14 play drive quarterback. He's not that good. The longer the drive, the more likely Trevor Siemian is going to make a mistake. Trevor Siemian is not good. He's not. He's mediocre at best. Shout out to my man Jeremiah Butler for being in the live stream. Appreciate you, my man. Like I was telling people before, normally I do these pre-games at around 11:30 Eastern time with my man Philly Hills, but he's on California time, and I'm going to have a busy day ahead of me, and I didn't want to leave you guys without any content at all. I wanted to make sure I was able to tap in with you guys for a little bit, and I think I started live streaming at about 7:30, 7:45, and I didn't want to have my man Philly Hills up on the West Coast at about 4 a.m., 4:30 a.m. I didn't think that would be fair to him. I just did it. So I just, I tapped in with him and I told him, I'm not going to be able to live stream at 11:30 today. Unfortunately, got a busy day ahead of me. But like I said, I wanted to give you guys some content. I wanted to give you guys my thoughts about this upcoming matchup with the New Orleans Saints, because this game will set the stage for if we can go on a run or not. I believe we can beat the New Orleans Saints. I believe we can beat the New York Giants. I believe we can beat the New York Jets. We can beat the Washington football team. if the Dallas Cowboys sit their starters, then I think we can beat them as well. But I got a strong feeling those Dallas Cowboys won't be sitting their starters. Right now, they're the 3rd seed and they're trying to get that number 1 seed. So it's going to be important for the Green Bay Packers to maintain pace. It's going to be important for the Arizona Cardinals to try to stay afloat until Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins, get the full strength. It's going to be imperative for the Philadelphia Eagles to take advantage of the opportunities they've been given. Can we go on our first 2-game win streak of the season? That's the question. We haven't been able to win 2 games in a row, not one time, and we also haven't won a game at home. We need to win our first game at home, because if we sneak into the playoffs and if we come out with at least one home game, who's to say we can't steal one, right? Who's to say? Now, I'm not saying the Philadelphia Eagles are a play or are a Super Bowl team. I'm not saying that at all. But if the Eagles can sneak into the playoffs and then catch somebody slipping, because let's be honest, this Eagles team is dangerous. We're not just trash. It's not like we don't have weapons. We have people that can pop on you. We have guys that can go off. Our defense is really the issue. Our defense has a level of inconsistency that needs to be handled. But we've established an identity in offense, and you can win games in the playoffs by running the ball. But your defense has to show up. You have to sustain drives. You can't turn the ball over. And I think that's what people are missing. A lot of people say, "Oh, you need to have a high-powered passing attack to win in the playoffs." Maybe, but the New England Patriots had won Super Bowls, have won playoffs by being a run first team. You know what I'm saying? So it's not impossible. The difference is you cannot turn the ball over. You have to find a way to sustain the drive. On top of that, you have to convert. That's the thing. You have to convert. I know a lot of people like to bring up the Lamar Jackson situations as well in the playoffs, how once he gets in the playoffs, his style of play is obsolete. I disagree. If you think about his last 2 playoff appearances, he hasn't been able to, for some reason, defense couldn't stop anybody. On top of that, you had wide receivers dropping passes. On top of that, they were turning the ball over. So there were different things outside of just the running game, which is why there are other reasons why they weren't able to go deeper in the playoffs. But like I said, man, I don't think this Eagles team is a Super Bowl contender. But if we can sneak into the playoffs and then we catch somebody slipping and win one, I think Jalen Hurts made a case for himself. That's just my thoughts about it. JB says, I think we can beat Dallas with their starters, or at least put up a better fight with a better called game. I agree with you on that. I think that if we call the game better than we did before, then we'll be able to actually make it competitive. But not sure we'll be able to, win it out. So it all depends on what happens, really. Excuse me, you guys. Got this cough that won't go away. But yeah, we've been live for about 45 minutes, man. Again, I just wanted to tap in with you guys. I want you guys to really just, get my thoughts on this game. You know what I'm saying? Also, I want to get into my keys of the game. So, keys to victory. My first key to victory. We have to sustain drives. By sustaining, we have to convert on third down situations. So third down conversions becomes sustaining drives. When you sustain drives, you dictate time of possession. So we have to be able to sustain drives, which also puts us in position to have a dominant running attack. Sustain the drive. That's the first key to victory. Second key to victory: do not turn the ball over. Do not turn the ball over. If you turn the ball over, that gives the New Orleans Saints a short field. If you give the New Orleans Saints a short field, that takes less work off of Trevor Simmons and Sean Payton's plate. And on top of that, that keeps the New Orleans Saints defense well rested. So, sustain drives. Do not turn the ball over. Those are my 2 keys to victory so far. My third and final key to victory. Do not stop running the ball. Do not stop running the ball. I don't care what's going on. Do not stop running the ball. And I know these keys to victories are more so offensive related, but let me give you one more then. Defense. Attack Trevor Siemian. Attack him. So those are my 4 keys to victory. Sustain drives. That's number 1. Attack Trevor Siemian on defense. Attack him. What was my other key to victory? Do not turn the ball over. We cannot turn the ball over. And do not stop running the rock. Now, my bold predictions for the game. One of my bold predictions, I've been thinking about this a little bit. And, my bold prediction for the game is Dallas Goddard has over 100 yards, 2 touchdown catches. That's one of my bold predictions for the game. I feel like Dallas Goddard is going to eat today. He got paid. He's revitalized. He got his security now. So I'm expecting Dallas Goddard to go off today. So that's my first bold prediction. Dallas Goddard will have 2 touchdowns with over 100 yards receiving. Now, my second bold prediction, Avonte Maddox will have an interception. Matter of fact, let's make it a little bit more interesting. Avonte Maddox will have a pick 6. That's my second bold prediction. Avonte Maddox will have a pick 6 on Trevor Siemian. So Dallas Goddard will have 2 touchdowns over 100 yards. Trevor Siemian will throw a pick 6 to Avonte Maddox. That's my other bold prediction as well. That's the big one. How we're going to attack this game. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be real interesting. It's going to be real interesting. So, yeah, Dallas Goddard, 2 touchdowns over 100 yards. Avonte Maddox with a pick 6 on Trevor Siemian. My third and final bold prediction. My third and final bold prediction is Miles Sanders and Jordan Howard combined for over 175 yards rushing. You know what I'm saying? That's my bold prediction. Jordan Howard and Miles Sanders combined for over 175 yards rushing. There we go right there. So those are my bold predictions. Dallas Goddard with 2 touchdowns and 1 and over 100 yards receiving. My second bold prediction is Avonte Maddox getting a pick 6. And my third and final bold prediction is Miles Sanders and Jordan Howard combining for over 175 yards rushing. Now, let's get into the score prediction before I get out of here. So, I feel like this is going to be a close game. Very competitive for the first 3 quarters. And I feel like the Eagles are going to pull away by the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter. So I say Eagles win this game. I say Eagles win 27-17. That's my score for this game. 27-17 Eagles. I'm going for it. We beat them by 10 points. Because I don't believe Trevor Siemian is going to be able to sustain drives without Kamara. I just don't. And I'm telling you, Sean Payton is going to try to he's going to hit you with jet sweeps. He's going to try to get these wide receivers involved in a running game. Just watch. Sean Payton will try to get his wide receivers involved in the running game. I firmly believe that. Shout out to my man Philly Insider Podcast for coming through, man. Good morning to you as well. Ishmael says, Howard will get 2 TDs. Okay, I like that, man. Jeremiah Butler says, I think they will limit his carries. If you're talking about Sanders, then it's a strong chance. It's a possibility of that. Jeremiah Butler says, nah, I think Miles has a decent game just coming back, but Boston and Howard eat good. That's actually very realistic, all things considered. That's very realistic. Philly Insider says, agree, Tone, especially Deontay Harris. Exactly, man. I'm telling you, be on the lookout. Daggone McMeechy, what's going on? He says 30-13 Eagles, game over by halftime. Okay. See, my score was 27-17 Eagles. That's my score prediction. 27-17 Eagles. Um, but I appreciate you guys for being here so early with me, man. Like I said to you guys before, I normally do these pregame live streams with Philly Foothills, but I had to do this one earlier today because I have a busy day ahead of me. And me and Foothills normally get this thing done around 11 a.m., 11:30 a.m. Eastern time, my time in Philadelphia. He's working on California time, West Coast time. And I think right now in California, it's about 5:30 a.m. And I started live streaming at about 7:45 a.m. my time. So that would have had him up at about 4:30 a.m., 4 a.m. his time. And I didn't think that would be fair to him, you guys. So Philly Hills, again, if you're watching this live stream, my brother, I appreciate you, man, for understanding. I have a busy day ahead of me, so I'm not going to be able to live stream at about 11 a.m. Eastern time, which will be about 8 a.m. your time. So that's my guy, man. He know where my heart is. Philly Insider says Gannon needs to be aggressive early on. Offense can get an early lead to get the Saints to a pass-heavy attack. Exactly. Beautiful, Philly Insider. Beautiful. If we can score early and often and force plenty of 3-and-outs for the New Orleans Saints, then that's going to force them into a pass-heavy attack. And then Trevor Siemian is going to start making mistake after mistake after mistake. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. It's going to be important for Jonathan Gannon to be aggressive against Trevor Siemian. And his habits are this: whenever we play mediocre quarterbacks like Jared Goff, like Teddy Bridgewater, like Sam Darnold, it seemed like he was much more aggressive. And then whenever we played guys that were more talented, like Dak Prescott, like Tom Brady, like Justin Herbert, it seemed like he was a little bit more passive. So I'm expecting Jonathan Gannon to be hot, extremely intense with the pass rush. I'm expecting guys like Josh Sweat, Javon Hargrave, Fletcher Cox, Milton Williams, Teron Jackson. I'm expecting those guys to eat. I'm expecting T.J. Edwards and Davion Taylor to go crazy. I'm expecting Devontae Maddox to earn that paycheck today. You know what I'm saying? I'm expecting a really big game from a lot of guys. So once again, my score prediction for this game is 27-17. Before we get out of here, I want to go through some of you guys' chats. So Ishmael says, feel like Sanders will get a few snaps in the first quarter, but will show more promise. Okay, I feel that. I feel that, man. I feel that. But yeah, you guys, I really appreciate you guys for being here. You guys have always make this thing worthwhile. This content game is so fun to me. I love waking up on Sundays and I look forward to these conversations with you guys because you guys know y'all football. That's the thing, man. You guys are so smart. You guys always hit that like button and show love. You guys truly are the engine that makes this content game go. And I I wouldn't be here without you guys. I wouldn't be here without your loyalty, your constant support. You guys woke up with me, man. And this is going to be this is going to be a great day. I can feel it. I feel like the Eagles are going to get their first home victory today. I feel it. I don't know. I don't know, man. I feel like the way things are trending for us right now, the Eagles can legit get their first home victory. And if we force these guys to pass early and often, if we force Trevor Siemian to beat us, if we force Trevor Siemian to go the entire field, oh yeah, we can win this game. We can win this game. Trevor Siemian, he's not a 13, 14 play drive quarterback. He can't, that's not his style. Like I said, be on the lookout for Sean Payton to get these wide receivers involved in the running game, to try to catch a slipping, to try to get this Eagles team running horizontally. He's going to try to listen. Sean Payton is going to try his hardest to keep our pass rush honest. Hear me out on this one, you guys. Sean Payton is no slouch. He's going to try to keep our pass rush humble. He's going to try to keep our pass rush honest, and by doing that, he's going to try. In order to do that, he's going to try to get our linemen, our linebackers, our pass rush running horizontal. He's going to try to keep us from going downhill at all costs. He's going to get those wide receivers going in jet sweeps. He's going to have some trick plays going, with Taysom Hill. He's going to really try to get our defense to run horizontal, to waste our energy, to bring down that pass rush. But if we stay disciplined, if we force tackles for loss, if we force them to make business decisions, then we can win this game. Defense has to force three and outs early and often. Offense has to score early and often, and it's straight like that, you guys. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm your humble host, Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports Philly, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Before you guys get out of here, make sure you guys hit that like button. If you guys are new to my content, make sure you subscribe, comment as well. This pregame live stream will be available for you guys all day. So make sure you guys tap in if you want to double back and see what we were talking about earlier and before. The Eagles have a legit chance to crack the playoffs. That's the thing, man. We have a legit shot. If we run the table on our schedule, we can sneak in with the 7th or 6th seed. And then who's to say we can't catch a team slipping? You never know, man. We're road warriors. That's how we made our name this season, you guys. And I'll leave it at that, you guys. I'm out of here. One love. Stay humble. Stay healthy. And most importantly, stay hungry. And fly Eagles fly.